This college football picks week 7 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog has just added Pick'em Scorchers, where you can win 100x. Plus, every Sunday they're giving away $100,000. Use promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for a 100% deposit bonus up to $500. We're also brought to you by BetterHelp. Make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/SGPN to get 10% off your first month. Finally, we're brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan. Real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. I'd like to welcome the Kramer gang into the chat. VIP members, Patreon members, also all the VIPs. Please make your way to the front. If someone's
your way
here,
to the main stage.
If someone's here claiming that they are a fan of the college experience, you can kick them out of their seat. They sit in the back. Sorry.
I mean, with this music on,
you can bring
go get a cocktail.
Joining us here to talk college football, the host of the College Football Experience, Colby Dant, aka the Dantabase, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
I mean, Ryan's just killing it over here.
Yeah,
know?
another sweet.
That's it. Where's your energy?
I mean, what do you mean? My energy's been high.
Well, I'm sitting here with my hand on the volume because you normally cause the mixed up. You get all jacked up when you first come on, but you're just in here all. Wait, you don't like first touchdown winners? You don't like a nice little 10-1, 11-1. I saw some people. Saw some people had it at 12-1. Sean saw some people had Jacoby Myers boosted up to 18-1.
Ooh,
which by the way, I love when people send me the pick I gave out with some free booster that somehow has created even better odds than I got. Saw someone had the Saints touchdown plus 1600. They used the 2x boost.
Damn it, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, God bless them. Why would you at 16-1 for the Saints against the Patriots?
I was gonna save this for the NFL. I'll save it for the NFL show, but it's one of the things I've been most certain of in an NFL betting weekend. And when it hit, I had a moment of like, no one was here, just Uncle Ruben, and I had a moment where I was like, oh my God, it's happening. Anyway,
it was a great moment.
Oh,
and unlike Jordan Love just completely shit the bed. Like he had so many opportunities.
you see Troy Aikman though, he defended. He said it's the offensive line. Could have had anyone back there.
No,
could have had anyone back there. He said,
on that last play, the replay
fuck
of
you.
Christian
It was the
Watson,
offensive line.
Christian Watson.
I've been watching the Giants for 4 weeks. Fuck you. Any team has offensive line problems.
would you take Jordan Love over Daniel Jones?
Oh, 100%.
No, because I see what he's doing in healthy blocked situations.
Jordan Love is much better than Daniel Jones, but he's still pretty bad.
No.
Well, he doesn't do that stupid look.
No, this
Daniel Jones in each game has that look.
I'm not going to allow this. Is Sean making a horrible take? I mean, honestly, if you put Jordan Love behind the Giants' offensive line, he would look equally as bad, if not worse. Horrible take. He had plenty of time in this game, and he still made horrible decisions.
He did miss Christian Watson, who was wide open on that last play. There's a sideline shot of Matt LaFleur jumping up and down.
All his bad decisions were he had time. He just was spooked into thinking he didn't have time.
You know what it is though, is Daniel Jones just has a moment in every game where he looks super confused. It's very hilarious. It's like
I actually think I figured it out.
What is it?
I've been in denial because I love his cheerleading qualities on the sideline, player coach, but he was on the boat.
Who?
Sterling Shepard might just need to be put down just to move on from the boat. He was on the boat. Whatever happened on the boat that day, I know what you did last summer vibes. That's what I'm feeling here. Something happened on that boat. Everyone's being punished for it. I mean, shit, Odell's still being punished for it.
Is that the scary movie?
Yeah, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
It's the one with
I thought
the,
they might have remade that.
it's one
That
with
boat trip was incredibly cursed.
It was-
It's right up there with the running back Zoom meeting.
Oh no! What do you mean? If these running backs are all dead in 5 years, then the running back Zoom meeting maybe can have a chance. Come on, that's a whole different level. This is like the Cubs curse. This is like the fucking Buckner through the legs curse.
Oh man, I don't know.
This is like
that.
the Mickey Mantle blowjob reverse curse.
Oh, wow.
It was a positive thing for the Yankees. They won lots of championships because he was just getting blown in the bleachers. All right. Which funny side story, completely unrelated to college football, but I'll never forget the first time. For whatever reason, we used to go to opening day, Yankee Stadium every year. And this year, my parents and the family friends decided like we were old enough to go to the bleachers or whatever. Immediately they regretted it. Boobs are out by the bottom of the first.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you got.
Oh, it's the bleacher creatures. What are you
Okay.
doing bringing middle school kids there? Like, come on. And I had a younger sister. My parents were crazy.
There were a couple incredible endings in college football week 6 before we get to the picks. That Miami game of Mario Cristobal deciding not to kneel and then them fumbling it. Oh
The
man,
best
that's
part.
all-time.
Colby needs to give you the context to why this is even better. Well, and shout out to Josh. I'm sure
because it happened again
folks,
in
if
Oregon.
you didn't watch this, YouTube.com, check it out. What are the? I mean, just
Yeah, the clock was running. All they had to do was kneel it down. The game was
40
over.
seconds. It's not a 35-second play clock like the NFL. It's 40.
Well, I mean, yeah. Even the
you
video.
have more.
The video is fun, but it's almost not even relevant. I mean, anyone who has watched football before understands exactly what. Oh, what are we seeing?
Well,
the whole game?
what was so great about it was the fact that he has done this before. He
Yeah,
lost
there was
to
a situation
Stanford.
in Oregon,
Yeah,
same
when they
type
were
of thing.
ranked in 2018. And that safety biting number 5, hilarious as well.
Yeah,
But
all you have to do is keep him in front of you, and you let him run right by you on a double move. The fans just immediately start throwing things down.
the fan.
What a way to end.
Well, I would almost like, so let's just think about this. So these NIL collectives are being created all over the country now to support these programs. Miami, of course, is known probably gonna have a big NIL.
Oh yeah.
These
already do.
these
They already
people
do.
that operate the people that operate money for a living, hedge fund guys. They hire the brightest people. They get the best software, the fastest software, the best calculations. How the fuck is Mario Cristobal going to keep a job? This is one thing that you can objectively quantify: coaching mistake.
He's always been a terrible game
But this
manager.
isn't like analytics. This isn't like, oh man, the kicking the field goal there on 4th and 5 was actually 0.05 EPA better than going for it. It wasn't like a this versus that. It was a binary outcome.
Yeah.
Game is over. Any kid who plays Madden knows this.
No,
Anyone
you know
who
how to
can
kneel at balls.
if you can count to 40,
it's
this.
insane.
Now, even he confused me in the press conference too, because that running back was at 99 yards, and people were starting to theorize that
No, that's not a
he
theory.
was trying to get
That's
him
what it
100.
is.
No, but he didn't own it. If you own it, the people would say, "I'm saying."
No, well,
if
why
the
would you
coach
say
said,
yes to that?
Well, because that would make more sense than no answer.
But he lost the game because he's trying to get
he
stats.
admitted that it was a mistake. So what else are you gonna say? Like, hey, I'm an idiot.
Well, he went further than that. He said that he should have stepped in. So he's throwing someone that isn't him
I
under
think
the
he's
bus.
throwing the OC under the bus.
I should have stepped in. You didn't step in. You're watching the game. I mean, you're not Brady Hoke here. You got a headset on.
Yeah, you call victory formation. You end the game. We were so close to cashing our group money line parlay. Wyoming, Missouri. Wyoming took care of business at home, never a doubt. But Missouri, man, they had that game, and then you're like, all right, they're not going to win the game. They'll at least cover the 7, and then to end it on that horrible pick 6.
Oh, dude, that was.
I mean, if you bet on
terrible
LSU, jeez, that was brutal.
From the end zone.
Are we playing
Wow.
something?
I don't
We got
know. I
this?
think Josh is at. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
this play
Trying to
right
get
here.
set. From the end zone. Cook throws one. And it's intercepted.
Yeah, YouTube.com/sportsgaming podcast.
That's the only good defensive play that LSU probably had the whole game. I mean, this is when Mizzou was in control of that game.
They're a horrible defense. The SEC is just a fraudulent conference this year.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if this kind of game occurs like this with basically any other conference. But Missouri's not a good team. They're a fun team.
Yeah.
They're not a good team.
Yeah.
They're not a team that you should be like even close to losing to if you're LSU. I don't understand. There's some really good teams this year that have really bad defenses.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my big takeaway. That and fucking Jimbo choked on a big dick. That actually
no. Jimbo got lucky that Cristobal did that because Jimbo did one that was very similar. I mean, it wasn't as bad as that, but it's like there's so many moments in that game.
It can't be worse than that.
Well, especially so there's many elements of that A&M game. There's earlier they don't get aggressive right before the half when they could have and they had momentum. There's also they don't go for a 4th and 1 at the 40. No. There's another one.
That's a big one though.
The worst one was the one right before the end of the game, like about 3 minutes left. He kicks a field goal to make it a 4-point game, as opposed to, going for the touchdown here. But then you would think,
which doesn't even make sense with football guy logic, because typically a football guy logic is, well, I'm going to cut it from a 2 field goal score game to a 1 field goal score game, but going from 7 to 4 isn't even cutting it to a 1
kick blocked. But
well, it was just like we saw in the Monday Night Football game, right? Like they're up 4, they're going to kick that field goal to keep it a 1 score game, and it gets blocked.
Well, even more mind numbing was that they have 3 timeouts. So you're thinking his philosophy is, let's kick deep to this questionable quarterback that can't really throw.
Nope.
No, he calls a timeout to kick the field goal. Honestly, so he burns one of his 3 timeouts, and then he does an onside kick. My brain hurts thinking about this.
How can you be that bad about like basic game management stuff and get paid that much money?
The one thing,
they outsource everything. They have like a guy holding cables. They have a guy who's like,
no, these college, it's like they have unlimited coaches too. Like A&M has like 7,000.
They have plenty of money. There's no coach's salary cap.
What else can you hold the coach directly responsible for?
Yeah, it's like play calling and clock management.
I mean, if anything, like there's a lot of subjectivity in player development, even in play calling, but there are certain elements of the game that are binary.
Yeah.
Right. If the game ends with 0 seconds on the clock and you have the lead, you win. If you can do something to maintain possession and make the clock go to 0.
Did you catch Saban's statements after the game?
Yeah.
Saban's basically admitting, if you read through it, he's just like, oh, we got very fortunate to win that game. There were some things that happened on the field there that I haven't seen in all my years of football. So it's like,
didn't he say like it was the luckiest the luckiest win he's had as a head coach?
Yeah, which is, I mean, he's 72 years old or something.
Hashtag Legends only.
You got to get Saban on the old crap stand.
But that's also got to be a shot at Jimbo.
But dude,
right?
this was that could be too.
Think about the way old guys fight. They throw jabs at each other.
But this was like a pandemic on all college coaches. Lincoln Riley with some terrible clock management at the end of the Arizona game. Then Jed Fish, just the Arizona head coach, just doesn't go for 2.
Oh, Jed, a guy named Jed, he's probably hitting above his fucking.
You have a chance to win against USC in the Coliseum. You need 22-point
dog.
Yeah.
You're taking on the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah. And you're like, we want to extend the game. Yeah. No, it's the exact out. You want to shorten the game.
Your name's Jed.
The best is when it went to double overtime and he didn't realize.
He brought out the extra point.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I was sitting there talking with my buddy. I go,
how do you not know the rules?
I go, I swear you have to go for 2 in the second overtime. And even the announcers earlier said, oh, you don't have to go for 2 until the 3rd overtime. I'm like, I'm crazy. I swear they changed that rule. And then he trots out the extra point. I'm like, I must be wrong. That would have been great if he just would have leaned into it and said like, fuck it. Yeah, I'm trying the extra point too. Yeah. No, don't kick it.
It's
just
like
run
Austin
like a
Powers and he hits on when he stays on 4 in blackjack.
I too.
You have to go for 2. Doesn't you can still line up 6 as an extra point.
Again, all of these schools have these massive amount of money they're investing, or the NIL people that were private money. It's like, we can move on after this, but you know the scene in 2 for the Money when he's giving out, he's like goes on a little bit of a losing streak, and he's got that guy down in like the island somewhere that's been buying his picks, and he's going for his morning jog, and they find him in the park, and they beat the crap out of him and piss all over his face.
I don't remember that part.
Really?
I gotta watch it.
Oh my goodness, it's such.
I gotta rewatch.
And so yeah, we should as a group rewatch. Why are these coaches not held accountable? It seems like with the private money, it's going to be figured out eventually. But you cannot be operating a 9-figure operation and not understand A, the basic rules of the game, B, the basic rules of clock management.
I've never seen so many in one weekend. Normally, every once in a while you get like one weekend where there's like one terrible, but like to have all of it happen on one Saturday, you're just like, wow. Someone was asking me this. Is that because we have more cameras on games? I don't know.
I think it's just social media. It's a little harder to hide.
Because
maybe some of the stuff doesn't get picked up by the national media because it's a smaller school or a play gets swept under the rug.
These were not small schools.
No, they were all big schools. Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty sad. Pretty sad for the state of intelligence.
You know what? Whenever I'm sad, you know what I fire up? A delicious Little Caesars pizza, the official pizza of the NFL, aka the National Football League. I love saying National Football League. I love eating Little Caesars while watching football. It's a part of the it's a game day tradition in and of itself. You give me that pepperoni pizza with the pretzel crust. My God, that thing is delicious. The NFL 4-quarter calzone. When I hold it up, I do the 4 fingers. You know how players do that when it's going to the 4th quarter? I hold that up when I'm getting to the last quarter of my 4-quarter calzone. You got the crazy bread. Everyone loves the crazy. You go nuts, literally bonkers for crazy bread. Order online during our pizza pregame 1 hour before and 3 hours after the NFL kickoffs. Plus all day Sunday. Get ready. The Little Caesars wings, those are delicious. The cookie dough brownie, love those guys as well. Get delivery or in store with the Pizza Portal pickup. Grab some friends, enjoy a few slices during the game. Little Caesars pizza.
I hear that Pizza Portal is more active than the college football transfer portal show.
Can we get?
Yeah, maybe that's causing the issue. The Pizza Portal pickup.
Can we get the social team on something? We need it's gonna be we're gonna get let's get a 4-quarter calzone this Saturday for college football. We just need a picture of Patty C holding the 4th quarter with his 4s up in front of God's eyes.
Let's go.
And then I feel like we could recycle that and repurpose it a lot.
Oh yes,
a lot of 4th quarter.
I had this moment one time where I ordered a pizza and on a NFL Sunday, and it was me and my buddy Rob.
The wrong kind of pizza, not Little Caesars.
I'm not even sure. It might have been Little Caesars, but we were living. We had a roommate that was like a Craigslist roommate that had a German Shepherd, and I went to the bathroom after getting the pizza, and Rob was like 2 minutes away from. He went to get like drinks.
You killed the dog,
dude. The dog ate the whole fucking pizza in one piss. I didn't even I peed, and I came out, and I thought they were playing a prank on me. Right, the dog took out the whole entire pizza in like a 90 seconds. One of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life, but it was terrible at the time though. But I kept like searching. I thought someone put it in the microwave or something. Like I'm like, did someone take out the pizza and put it somewhere?
No way, that was a 4-quarter calzone.
No, dog would still be working on it.
They hadn't invented it yet, Sean. This was pre calzone. Okay. PC. I like to call
Ryan in the YouTube chat. Patty C is the ultimate food influencer. I love that.
That's true though. I bet you, Fat Sal sees him doing some.
He can move the line.
Right? 50 wings. Sure. I'll get that done, boss. All right. You want to talk some college? We got weekday
Tuesday night game,
weekday college football. So if you're catching this on time, you'll have time to get down.
Do you think they're subscribed because they're listening to me? We're getting a lot more games during the week.
Oh wow! So yeah,
stay tuned.
Colby would like to remind you that he plans on covering every college football game during the week this year, unlike last year.
Yeah,
where sometimes he left some of those poor weekday games out in the rain.
Well, the Conference USA decided, hey, on Saturdays no one watches us, so let's go on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Which
smart move. So we're gonna head to Boone, North Carolina. I mean, honestly, why every conference hasn't tried to like stake a day is beyond me.
Yeah,
we're heading to Boone, North Carolina. App State. This is a Colby. I would say this is Colby's 2nd or 3rd favorite team in all of college football. I'll be curious if he agrees with me. They're laying 6 here against the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina, not playing on their gross teal field. 430 on the West Coast, 210 on the money line for Coastal, minus 250 for App State. 61.5 is the total. App State is the ultimate story of a team just coming up. I mean, I remember, I'm old enough to remember, Colby, being in Big Wangs in Hollywood, which no longer exists, watching App State block a kick and just sad Michigan fans everywhere.
Oh, yes.
And now, 20 years later, almost probably 15 years later, they're laying 6 points against an FBS squad. Look at this.
Come full circle, but
the come up has been real.
Coastal Carolina on the road, Grayson McCall on the road. I'm pretty skeptical. I think shouldn't App State just be able to run it down the throats of Coastal Carolina? Coastal Carolina 101st in rush defense. App State will almost beat UNC. I think they're a much better team. How can you not take the home team on Tuesday night?
Oh, 100%. And Nate Noel is a stud running back. He'll be in the NFL. And yeah, I just think, Coastal's never won at App, believe it or not. And this is a fun rivalry. They both hate each other. You got the mountain culture against the meth culture of Myrtle Beach.
Oh, interesting.
So it's fun.
What meth is better?
That's true, because the mountain towns do have a underrated amount of meth.
I feel like we're just talking about grapes from different regions now,
dude. But the mountains of North Carolina are fucking beautiful, man.
Oh, I'm not trying to speak poorly about.
They're
it.
less methy than I think.
I'm just
some
saying,
of the other
you get grapes from Central California. They taste different than grapes from Eastern Washington. So we're talking. Anyway,
a little flavoring to it.
I would assume there's different flavor in the meth in West Virginia than there is.
It's true. It's like remember Fun Dip. You remember Fun Dip? I feel like
the kid they still have it.
Yeah. Fun Dip.
They have everything.
Right. That's you have candy cigarettes. Well, Fun Dip's the candy cocaine.
They don't do the candy cigarettes anymore. They got rid of that.
Oh, come on.
I know, right?
What's going on?
Maybe in West Virginia. Maybe they still have them in these states.
No, you can still smoke indoors. The kids can smoke. It's a good time.
Does this? Well, West Virginia for sure. Is this not Courtney Love won't be in attendance here?
So wait, Ryan, you're on App State?
Well, no, I wanted to ask Colby because the line stinks.
Nope. Check us out. It's 80 degrees as of a couple hours ago in Conway, South Carolina, right? Yes. And they're going up to 39 degrees tomorrow. No,
bundle up.
Up or down?
Up.
Okay.
Up.
That's going to confuse people. We'll cover that later. All right. Speaking of Mountaineers, we go from one.
Are you on App State?
Yes. Okay. Yes. It seems too easy though, and the money splits.
Why is he trying to coach it?
What do you mean?
He's trying to code it.
I'm not.
So he can pick whatever game he wants when the outcome happens.
Oh, I'll happily make picks and be wrong. I have no problem making picks.
Hey, speaking of making picks and being wrong, Discord, the Discord 1931-2. The Discord is when basically we all agree on a pick. We give Discord the other side. So
no, we don't give it to them. They started doing that. They said, "Oh, you know what? When these idiots agree, we're going to fade it."
Been a bad trend.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, I saw it, and so it's stuck forever. West Virginia, the other Mountaineers, which so many Mountaineers on a weekday. Colby, how did we stack these? Are these the only games on that you're making us talk?
This game's incredible. This is the Holgerson Bowl.
All right, so we're jumping ahead. No Wednesday games here. We're heading on Thursday, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. West Virginia laying 3 here on the road in Houston. Like Colby said, it's a little coaching revenge spot. Holgerson comes home. Is that the plus 120?
Well, no, it's in Houston, but yeah,
plus 120 on the money line for Houston. West Virginia minus 140. 51.5 is the total. What's
this is the Courtney Love game.
Why?
Houston's been kind of ass this year, and you would think,
are they going to get up? Are they going to get up for this game, or is it personal with Dana?
Well, here's the thing: he didn't get fired, but they weren't re-upping him, so he dipped out.
Yeah,
but it is, he's had some comments about Dub V since then that are, I don't know,
nice or not nice?
Not nice, I think. But here's what's interesting: is Dub V beats him, he could be fired, and if he does beat Dub V, they're in a critical spot there.
This was a win on their schedule preseason. Houston felt like this was one of the games they were going to get.
Can you hit back and go?
What do you want to say?
No, just hit back and just hit back. No. Go back to this and press back.
We're cool.
Look at that hair. Oh. I mean, that is bigger and McCracken and Roy
Colby,
Munson. Can we share that photo?
Yeah, I mean, if Josh wants to pick any picture of Dana Holgerson, in a windy scenario where you get to see his sick ass male pattern baldness at full effect. Yeah, I mean he's a fun guy. When I said him coming home, I meant back to the place that he used to coach. Also making reference to the sick ass song "Country Roads."
Country Roads.
I feel bad now for the more sophisticated of our audience. That it feels
this
like
line stinks though. This line truly stinks. Look at that. Oh come on, this guy.
It reminds me of that scene from Tommy Boy where David Spade has his toupee blown off.
Whoop! You and your bald-headed friend. Isn't that what Aykroyd said after?
Callahan.
Do you work for the Yankees? Oh, that might be Black Sheep actually.
The Cougars 98th in yards per play, allowing 6 yards and 98th against the run. Shouldn't West Virginia be able to run all over them? They got the rushing quarterback Garrett Green. Has been pounding the rock.
This line stinks.
West Virginia defense is good.
What stinks about it?
This should be like a 7-point line.
Well, I think they're actually factoring in that you have to go on the road in the middle of the week and get this done.
Houston wins, man. Something's not right about this. Give me the Houston Cougars. They get up. They were in it at first with TCU. They let it get off the hook. Something's not right.
There's no way this was the spread for this game before the year.
There's no way a week ago I feel like this couldn't have been the spread.
Yeah, I'm with Colby. I was prepared to do this with Coastal. I was waiting for him to tell me that one stunk too, but it's also the midweek stuff.
Yeah,
it's college and it's midweek, which means we're going to find out about 3 critical injuries right before the game starts, and it's going to be
my DFS roster will be depleted.
I'm going against the grain. West Virginia is the better team. They get it done. Eat shit, Pitt. Give me West Virginia -3.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we were picking West Virginia to be a bottom dweller in that conference.
Yeah, you got to adjust.
Oh yeah, no. I'm suggesting that maybe one of my big takeaways from my poor efforts at times this season has been not focusing enough on the market dynamics. So more
market dynamics.
My worst moments.
Brian did an analysis of his picks and thought more market analysis.
I've been at my worst when I've ignored the obvious shit in front of my face. Stanford heads to Colorado. Ooh, Friday night. All the poor high schools of Colorado. No one's going to be there. They're all going to be in Boulder because they want to get on the field. And this is the kind of game where they're definitely rushing the field, right? -12.
I brought my bongos.
-425 on the money line. +330 for the Cardinal. 59.5 is the total. All right, Colby, I did want to get your take because you are a huge fan of Colorado.
Yes.
Not that they're popular. Now that they're popular,
this is probably really annoying to you that
I went through the dark years. All right, I went through the fucking dark years.
Colby will soon be adopting my.
You guys make this assumption. You're way off. If you knew me, you knew I fucking own every Beatles album. Love Star Wars. There's a lot of popular shit that I like on the planet.
That's
SoFi. By the way, SoFi Stadium was amazing. It was truly a football palace.
That's terrible.
I was telling Ryan,
Colby hasn't been there yet.
I regretted not bringing my sunglasses to the game.
Yeah, it was so sunny.
Because it was you were catching so much sun in that stadium.
Sullivan told me something different.
Oh wow!
What did he say?
He was pandering.
He was saying it's nice, but they shouldn't play football there.
What should they do there?
I don't know. I didn't go deep on. I didn't go deep down that
follow-up
one.
questions?
But I said I think he knew my answer. I said of course.
I liked it better than the Vegas Dome.
Did you catch the crew vacuuming the rug afterwards?
Well, the Vegas.
I think it's real grass.
They say that
100% not real grass.
They say that.
As someone who's walked on it, it's not.
It looks real.
Yeah,
it's real to me.
It's very nice.
Smoking my weed.
It's very nice turf, not real grass. But yeah, I mean, the Vegas stadium is an actual dome, not an open air stadium, Sean.
Yeah,
so
all of them need to be detonated.
I know the difference.
Well, yeah, it's Colby. If you went there, you would just love it. All right, so. In the Colorado game,
I caught AC/DC
in the Colorado game last week, I noticed that your guy Shadur Sanders went from some nice runs where he was physical with his body to then sliding and flopping when someone touched him a little bit to draw a penalty. Do you have any comment on this?
Wait, is this fourth quarter?
What are you talking about at some point? Maybe third or fourth. I was doing the catch up with the key plays on YouTube TV, which shout out to them. Awesome feature.
I know there was a 15-yard penalty in that. I'm wondering if it's the same play we're talking about. Yeah, maybe he sold a little bit. Little Vlade Divac.
His dad probably talked.
Well, we're bearing the lead. Colby and I both locked up the Colorado Buffs over 3.5 wins. That came in last week.
Oh, by October 7th, John, we're a couple
Yep.
sharps.
It's wild.
Right?
We've done. We did what, like 60 Power 5 predictions, and this first one you brought up.
Well, it's the only one that's cashed.
That I don't know if that's entirely true. We might have some losers.
You're right. I probably cashed my Rutgers bet.
Can we talk about everyone overreacting to the fact that Shador Sanders went over to the student section and said like, what time is it? It's like, oh, you beat a 1-5 team. It doesn't matter. The opportunity to say fuck you is always fun.
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
Sports. Come on.
Yeah,
They got the best effort from Arizona State. They survived on the road. I've been a big supporter of the Colorado Buffs team. I thought they were a dark horse, long shot to the Pac-12 conference. Nailed them over 3.5 wins.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said the Pac-12 dark horse of the
Oh,
conference.
come on. I'm having fun, Ryan.
They're nowhere close.
They might get Travis Hunter back. But
I saw he was practicing.
I think this is actually a sneaky spot for Stanford because Stanford's coming off a bye. Colorado's short week. Colorado's played 7 straight games. A lot of pressure, a lot of expectations. Yeah, they just played that Arizona State game. That's got to kind of take something out of them. I actually think Stanford is the play here, catching 12 points.
You see this? They cashed that win total, and he's off. He's fucking off.
No, I think they're the better team, and with Travis Hunter, I get it, but I think
first off, don't play Travis Hunter.
Why?
Because you're gonna win. You're probably gonna be able to win without him.
Okay,
you know, save him. You don't want him to re-injure something. I mean,
whatever. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. If he's close, I'm with you. Hold out, but they might get him back, and I certainly see a place where they run it up. But I get it. Stanford's not very good, but isn't this Stanford Super Bowl? They've just been sitting around these past couple of weeks waiting for this game.
No, I'm with you. I'm taking Stanford. Troy Taylor is a very good offensive coach. He got a bye week. You know, with every week, I think they're going to understand more and more what he wants to do offensively, and I think eventually, like that offense will click. It might take a while, but not against Colorado. I think they'll be able to move the ball a little bit on Colorado because they're kind of similar along the line of scrimmage.
I just could see Colorado being a little bit gassed and not dominating, and Stanford hanging around enough to cover this 12.
Yeah,
I don't have them as a live dog, but I think 12
does Colorado. I mean, I guess the question becomes: you don't think we're not thinking Colorado's aware point spreads and things of that nature?
I mean, the state of Colorado, you might, yeah. Do you believe
gambling's legal there? They have they have a bye week on deck too. So
that's what I'm saying. They're gonna get the dub. But maybe
will the crowd rush the field
by 10?
If the crowd rushes the field, will you apologize to me for my bad takes on
what?
They're just wanting to rush the field over stupid fucking games.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, look, when you're in college, just have fun. Rush the field.
No, that's fine. But Colby,
I like rushing.
You're not going to make fun of them if they rush the field against Stanford.
I mean, it would be a little funny
if they win in a crazy fashion. I think you're entitled to rush.
They throw a Hail Mary, Cordell Stewart style.
I'm laying the points. I think.
Oh, you're on Colorado.
This is a show. It's all a show. It's 100%
Finally
a show.
believing.
You got to put on. No. This isn't about belief. Stanford's horrible. This is the kind of team
Stanford is pretty bad.
This is the kind of team that Prime will like. He's a marketer. You got to market yourself. Put up the big points when you can. And so yeah, I think this number 2 I think is probably indicating they have no fucking clue. Like, why isn't this 2 touchdowns? Maybe the sharps have already bet Stanford. Maybe you guys are right. I'm on Colorado, 100%. You guys are crazy. I'm really surprised right now. I was shamed all season for not being into Colorado. Why don't you love Colorado? You don't love Prime. You're not into Prime.
Oh, I am. I think they'll win the game. I just think this is, with the bye week ahead, short week.
I'm just explaining the bullying that I've received from you this entire season.
Oh, well, how's that working out for you? You thought Colorado was going to be a disaster of a program.
Yeah, you were way off on Colorado.
I said they would be lucky to go over their win total.
I think you locked up.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't lock up anything against Coach Prime. If you're going to go in and find some slanderous stuff, there's no way I locked it up.
All right.
I like Coach Prime. Just think that it's going to take a year, maybe 2, maybe 3. I also think his approach. I do worry. Kind of more macro take on his approach. I do worry it's gonna be tough to like after enough years of you just talking shit, doesn't it get old on a sense of it? You gotta be good every year. Then like you can't.
Yeah,
you
but
can't,
they will be, right?
I would think so, but it's one of those things where the second it doesn't work.
How many Hall of Famers have been coaches before?
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because he can actually point to shit and say, "No, I did this. I actually understand what you're feeling right now." And he can also then squarely tell someone, "You're not good enough. Get the fuck out of here." Because I know what it takes.
Let's go.
Hardest thing he ever did was hit a baseball.
Did he?
Hey guys, happy Balloween. Oh wait, that was last year. That's what Manscaped was celebrating last year. Balloween. Nothing more festive than shaving your pumpkins, getting those ready to go. That was last year. This year, it's completely different. And you don't want it. May be spooky season, but you don't want to be scaring anyone with your giant beard. I'm really enjoying Manscaped and their beard trimmer. They got a beard trimmer. They also have nice wet dry shaver, aka the Handyman skin safe technology. Helps reduce nicks and cuts. You can finally feel confident when going for that close shave. So you've already trusted Manscaped with your below the belt grooming. Why not with your above the belt grooming? Imagine going, hey, I trust these guys with my nuts, but not with your chin, not with your face. You don't want to have some crazy out of control beard. You want the beard hedger, high tech piece of art. I mean, I've seen stuff in museums that doesn't look as good as this sweet ass beard trimmer. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SGP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code SGP for a look as sweet as candy. Get yourself the Handy Man from Manscaped.
All right, let's head over to Saturday, 12:30. No early games tickled your fancy enough to make the 6-pack, Colby.
It was tough. I had to cut off. I thought you guys might want to do 20 games, but then I realized,
you don't like an elephant and a pig battling. It's not fun for you.
This 12, 13 games is kind of like going to SoFi Stadium. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't actually cover all the games on your show, do you?
Oh, we do.
Oh, so then maybe they should go check out that show if they want to hear more than. I mean, already you violated Sean's trust by putting a 13th game on the sheet.
Yeah, it's like you're not a gambler.
Texas A&M. I mean, yeah.
Why invite? I'm like one of those whales they fly 14. Over from China.
Yeah.
Why would you invite 13?
There was 14, but there's one missing. Can you find it?
Oh, what do you mean? Can you find it?
The 13th game was missing.
Oh, what? What do you mean?
I don't. Colby's playing.
Is this some like riddle? What's going on?
I think it's a riddle.
Is the game inside my heart the entire time?
Do we get, how many questions do we get?
Yeah.
Is this a Virginia Tech joke? Where are we going with this?
No. It's the 13th tower. The 13th floor.
Oh, Well, it was the 7th tower.
No, 13th floor is what I mean. It's never any hotel doesn't have a 13th floor.
We can get rid of one of these games and get it down to 12.
Unlike you, I'm not a hotel owner, so I don't get that hotel joke. Texas A&M coming off just a doozy. Jim, how you could be someone donating millions of dollars to this program and think Jimbo's the guy. They're heading to Knoxville, Tennessee, 12:30 p.m. on the West Coast to take on the Volunteers of Tennessee. -3.5 for Tennessee, -170 on the money line. Texas A&M +150, 55.5 is the total. Texas A&M has caught more of the action to this point. Line doesn't seem to be budging off the 3.5. I would imagine some could talk themselves into the idea that last week was a really crushing defeat.
Yep.
Both for the coach and the players of Texas A&M. At Texas A&M, I think you also have to start talking about in the category of worst or biggest failed recruiting class in the history of mega recruiting classes.
Ooh.
You can't roll. You can't. What was it? $100 million recruiting class they were bragging about?
I think it might even been more.
We didn't pay for them.
Or whatever Jimbo said.
These kids, we recruited them fair.
Jimbo
recruited them SEC fair.
Asshole. The only thing Jimbo's done that's good is produce Jameis Winston in my eyes. He's a horrible coach. He's not letting Road Rash Face cook.
I know.
That's what did we say in the offseason? We said,
what is their dynamic? Why bring him in if you're not going to let him?
Road Rash Face would have went for fourth and one. He would have went. Yeah,
that motherfucker's got.
He went for 4th and 1 in every situation in his life. That's how he got Road Rash.
He lives dangerously. If we know anything about him,
yeah,
he puts his He puts his side piece in the side car. I mean, come on, this guy. Yeah, it's crazy to me that you wouldn't let him go out there and do what you paid him to do. I mean, that's the problem, right? When you have a dictator who micromanage, this is, you know what, Jimbo Fisher, why micromanagement fails.
Great example.
Don't have to control everything.
I'm with you though. Go Vols. I think this.
Oh, this is an easy one.
This crowd's gonna be lit.
In college too, they're more. I think one of the areas sometimes if you can figure out when the team really was crushed and just like hope terminated.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. And you had a chance to take down Alabama. You fucked it up. And I think this Tennessee defense is pretty good. I think they're going to be able to slow them down. On the other side, A&M's pass defense ranked 22nd, but they give up big plays. And I think Tennessee is going to have a couple big plays.
Oh yeah.
And be able to slow down A&M enough, whose confidence has to be a little rattled here. 3.5. This is the perfect -3.5 all day.
Love it. Let's go.
All right. Lay the 3.5. Don't take it. Not always the best role in college, but good when we need to use it.
Enjoy Texas A&M, Discord.
Yeah, that's gotta not feel great. I spared them Colorado.
Their card is Coastal Carolina and Texas A&M so far.
You remember when I took you guys to that sweet diner after we were in A&M?
Really? There was a diner
down there in Houston.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, where we almost got murdered. I mean, there was nothing happened directly, but you just kind of assumed. It started at any time a diner was featured in Forensic Files. It feels like that diner we ate at in Houston.
It's fantastic. I wish I could promote it right now.
You know the way you can
name.
describe it. If anyone has ever been in the South, there's a certain layer of grease that exists at every Waffle House, and so like the chairs slide around on the floor.
On the menu.
Better.
The menu.
You know
the menu when you're like going from page to page is just.
It just like there's residue in the air.
But that place got personality. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. One of you wanted food, and that was like, oh,
I got food there. I made the bold. I did.
But wasn't it one of those moves where like we were in a place we didn't know at late at night, and we just plugged in a food
it was
place
just the only place that was open.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, throw the coin up in the air. Sometimes it lands on the right side. Oregon heads to Seattle, Washington to take on the Huskies. 12:30 on the West Coast. We do, as an organization, have to sailgate once, just so we can have the SGPN yacht.
So you can raise a SGPN flag at sea.
Well, no, we would have the SGPN yacht, and we would raise a sick ass pirate Mike Leach flag. Even though we'd be there to watch Washington, and they would like it because they could respect it. Washington lays the 2.5 here. And probably is this a Heisman Heisman elimination game between Penix and Bo Nix? -150 for Washington. Oregon +130. 67.5 is the total. Washington State, unrelated to this game, let me down last week. Thought Cam Ward was the best quarterback in the conference until last week. No more can I say that. So now I bounce right over to my second favorite quarterback in the conference, which that will change if the Giants keep losing. That might change the Caleb Williams. But right now, right now it is Michael Penix and those receivers. And you know what I learned in my prep today?
What's that?
Do you know who played? Sean will like this probably more than you, but do you know who was on this Washington team a couple years ago? Amongst this crazy wide receiver room, I know some were more recent transfers. Puka Nacua.
Really? Puka
couldn't find his way onto the field, so he transferred to BYU. I mean, again, like speaks to where the Washington program was only a couple years ago.
What are you doing, Kramer? You riding with the Huskies?
My strategy of just waiting to the last pick to see if I was going to take a pick away from the Discord or not failed here. But no, with Washington, it's easy. Of course, I'm taking the Huskies. I'm disregarding market dynamics here. I'm saying it out loud just so if I lose, I have an excuse.
You hear that?
What? That's a sad duck.
That's the Ducks coming for you.
Stop it,
dude. The Oregon's legit.
65% of the bets on Oregon.
All right.
Enough pressure to bring it down off 3 onto 2.5.
I like Oregon in this situation. I mean, I get it why you would take Washington -2.5, but
biggest game in Washington in how long, Colby?
Well, they made the playoffs a few years ago, but I mean,
5 years.
They struggled with Arizona. Bo Nix dominating. I just think they're the more well-rounded team, and they're both coming off buys, right?
Yes.
Big game Bo Nix. Good
which
luck.
I think will hurt them. I do think we will be enjoying big game Bo Nix. I think they get the win as the dog.
Well, big game.
Give
Bo
me the
Nix is a bad
Ducks.
thing.
Bo Nix is. Have you ever looked at his stats on the road?
In big games.
Yeah, no, just on the road in general, it's fucking horrible. So look, I'm all over this, man. This is a sneaky great spot. Washington's got a better home field than people think, and it's going to get super loud. One of the things I think Oregon, we need to see is, I thought coming into the season their secondary would be kind of weak. They've kind of been fortunate enough where, like Colorado didn't have the offensive line to hold the block, so those receivers could get open. This is the matchup. Oregon's on the road. These receivers, I think, can really take advantage of a weaker secondary for the Ducks. So I like laying the points here with Michael Penix.
Oregon's just destroyed teams. I can't get off them as a dog here.
Bowl game, neutral. At Oregon State last year. That's a hostile road environment. Bo Nix didn't do all that well. They lost 41-27. Neutral against Georgia last year. Remember that one? More importantly, Sean, did you bring up the revenge angle because they lost last year at home to Washington?
Quack, 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 quack.
I will. Sean, Colby, let's make a mental note to remind Sean that he willingly took Bo Nix in a big game.
Yep.
We'll do that next
big
week.
game next.
1 p.m. on the West Coast. Madison, Wisconsin. What do they jump around up there, right? Wisconsin laying 10 against Iowa.
Jump around.
Which a 10-point spread and a 36.5 point total.
That's bonkers.
Iowa is 3-1 on the money line, -380 for Wisconsin. The dairy raid has maybe we'll say it woke up. Maybe the milk hadn't finished curdling or whatever milk does. Meanwhile, Iowa, a little bit of pressure. Ferentz' kid has to start feeling the pressure. Reading the press clippings, he's like 2.5 points per game behind the pace. Will he keep his job? Is this not a playoff game basically in the Big Ten?
The winner will most likely.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the winner is going to.
Big Ten West is so bad this year.
But the winner of this game is going to play in the Big Ten championship, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
See, but if Wisconsin wins, they still have to host Ohio State, and then they could lose. Any of these teams could. The Big Ten West is terrible. That's
But this would be the key tiebreaker.
Potentially, I still think anyone could lose on it. I still think Iowa could.
Colby's
get
very
there.
non-committal here on his Big Ten West take.
I have a future on Iowa to get there. I think they can still lose this game and get there.
They're about to get their shit pushed in, right?
No, come on, man. This is Iowa
on the road.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like this is the same speech you gave us when they went into Penn State. And you're like, come on, it's Iowa, man. It's Iowa. They ugly it up. They play tight games.
Great
punting. Great special teams.
Great call.
This is the Ferentz family. They don't get embarrassed.
Do I need?
It's going to be 14-0.
Do I need to
I'm not
tell
betting
you
on Iowa.
about what Iowa did last week?
I wouldn't bet on Iowa with your dick, Colby. Give me Wisconsin.
I did. I think I was listening to the not the college experience. I was listening to the Inquirer guys over there, and they mentioned that there were 0 receptions by Iowa receivers.
Yes. Where's my stat line?
Colby
here?
just likes their stance on hating quarterbacks.
No, they are
scoring.
Everything that is great about college football.
Except covering spreads.
Look, they'll cover. They will cover this, buddy. But the stat line. The stat line for Deacon Hill here: 6 of 21, 110 yards, no completions to wideouts, 1 touchdown though.
How can you bet
and
on
1
that?
interception? Because Kirk Ferentz is a fucking genius. All right, and he wins 9-10 games every year. Give me the Hawkeyes on the points. Sprinkle the money line. Let's roll.
How many road games have they played so far this year? Oh, they got their ass beat by Penn State and they lost. They won at Iowa State, who's
Wisconsin's 25th in the league in allowing rush yards per game at 108.2.
They only beat the team at Iowa State because the whole team was suspended, right? Wasn't that post? Yeah, you're crazy. I'm with Sean. Your love of shit football has you too madly in love with Iowa here. If I was at home, give me Iowa. They're not at home.
Yeah, you could talk me into them at home all day. They're like Oregon State. I'm not taking them on the road.
I remember when Colby talked me into Iowa versus Penn State.
Yeah. How'd that feel, Ryan?
Well,
occasionally you get one wrong, but Iowa shows up, man.
That was the first game where I realized that maybe Brent Pry wasn't him.
Hey, reminder, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's right. Have you ever had a moment where you feel like you're going at war with your brain, your brain's keeping you up at night? There's so many times where you're like, oh, I know this is good for me, good for my health, good for my mental health. And you make the opposite decision. Instead of going to bed and relaxing, you're up there looking at your phone, scrolling through stupid stats. Looking up, breaking down film of Iowa's offense. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be at war with your brain. And if you're thinking of trying out therapy, why not try out BetterHelp? Again, easy way to get started. It's entirely online. It's super convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So many times you're like, oh man, I should probably talk to someone, stop going at war with my brain. Instead, you never get to it. That's where BetterHelp makes it easy. You fill out a questionnaire, you get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. That's right. Make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/SGPN today to get 10% off your first month. That's BETTER help HELP.com/SGPN.
Oh, the chat is really cracking me up right now. Shout out to the chat. I keep that one to myself. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast 3.
No, and to be clear, you cannot ask the therapist for gambling tips. It is for serious inquiries only. You can't ask them, who should I bet on? That's not therapy.
Or like, why haven't they fired Bobby Johnson?
I've been tossing and turning all night. Why? What is Iowa going to do about their offense?
Well,
this is therapy.
If I'm being real, why else are you coming to our audience? They figure they have something to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE's for.
Oh, that's
that's where you go for your betting advice.
Wait,
BetterHelp for your therapy advice.
Are you saying we should need to light up the F line again?
Yes.
You want those random phone calls? Louisville heads to Pittsburgh. Speaking of random phone calls, we might be discussing Narduzzi in a positive way here. 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We got Louisville. Which, by the way, I really appreciate everyone that has slid into the DMs to explain to me how to pronounce Louisville. I'm going to stick with Louisville.
From
Louisville. They're heading to Pittsburgh, who has a new quarterback because Mr. Jerkovich has changed positions to tight end. Louisville's laying 8 here, coming off that big win against Notre Dame. Minus 325 on the money line. Pittsburgh plus 260.
How do you go from starting quarterback to tight end?
46.5 is the total. Logan Thomas had a similar
usually
pass.
you do that in the offseason.
If Jerkovic didn't play it down this year, he would have been like a 3rd round draft pick. Right,
that's crazy.
Your quarterback value. You're going to make more money as a quarterback.
I would
switch
say
after they cut you in the NFL.
Well, even if we go back to his previous,
you don't change until you really have to. I mean,
what does this tell you though?
You got Zach Wilson still sticking.
He's broken. He was
mentally
broken at his last stop because this guy was compared to Big Ben. Like that was the comp in terms of his NFL. Like who could this guy be as a prospect? He was big. He was strong. He could move and he could throw. And somehow. He went to go see Mr. Narduzzi, and Narduzzi convinced him to turn into a tight end. That's the number one reason you don't go to Pittsburgh if you're a skill position player. He might. No,
he had Kenny Pickett, and they won the ACC, and then he fired the offensive coordinator. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Scored 45 points a game.
Kenny Pickett in the pros is making that offensive coordinator look better and better by the day. But yeah, to me. Coming into this, it just seemed like Louisville was going to be in a fade spot no matter what. It also now lines up with a situation where we're going to get an unknown quarterback from Narduzzi, which means we're going to get classic Narduzzi ball, which means we're going to cover a spread. We're not going to win a game.
This
we're
feels like
a
massive letdown spot for Louisville. They may even be looking ahead to Duke. Like it's easy to look past this Pittsburgh team, and
no, they're not looking ahead to Duke.
Pitt had the bye too. They're coming off a bye, so you got to.
Who's it? Do we know? Have they announced who their quarterback's going to be?
It's the Penn State transfer. I'm drawing a blank on his name. It's like, what is his name?
I mean, it's weird. Pitt Panthers have lost 4 in a row, but they still have won 4 out of their last 6 home games. I don't know. I can't explain how it's
Villanueva. No.
Yeah, it's Vele. Christian Vele.
Yeah.
If he pronounces it with the he is from Canada, so I do believe that it's a EUX, so it's a Ville.
So you're saying we should take Louisville? No,
Well,
I'm
it actually goes well with Louisville. It's Ville. It's like the French; they love that like spit sound. Anyway, he's from Ottawa, on the old west side, but yeah, came from Penn State.
Yeah, no, you got to ride with Canada here. Canadians have a long history of kicking ass in Pittsburgh. Go back to the Penguin days.
So, you feeling good about your Jeff Brown prediction though?
Oh, fucking, I'm a genius over here.
What was the conference price we got that at?
Plus 1,200.
I'm gonna verify that because there's
Pretty
nothing
sure
better than
plus 1,200,
one third through a season starting to look at your bets and feeling good about them, only to mentally jinx them. But I'm gonna mentally jinx ours.
Let's go. We're all on.
Yeah, the Discord.
The Panthers plus 8.
Unfortunately, the Discord.
Enjoy your Louisville pick, Discord. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to happen, but Pittsburgh will make this somewhat of a game.
What do you mean you don't know? It's going to be Narduzzi.
Yeah, this is he'll finally figure it out.
Narduzzi's going to do him. All right, Discord, enjoy it. I mean, these kids, they run on the field. It can't be good for the next week. Auburn, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Auburn, LSU laying 11.5, minus 425 on the money line. Auburn plus 330, 62.5 is the total. Can you lay this many points with LSU under any circumstance?
Well, this game is always insane. This is one of like the craziest games every year.
Well, it's not like it's a rivalry. It doesn't say rivalry.
Okay, let me rattle off to you since 2016 every score, right? Last year, LSU 21, Auburn 17. That's with Brian Harsin, right?
Oh, remember they did him so dirty.
I know. In 21, Brian Harsin, Auburn 24, LSU 19. Auburn beats.
How
him.
can we take LSU with that defense? It's so bad.
Well, all these games are fucking insane too. They're always like 2 1-point games, 3-point games, something like that. Like, there's not that many blowouts historically in these games. Like 12-10. 18-13.
Auburn coming off a bye, right? Or am I?
Yeah, I think they had a bye last week, right? Yeah, they did.
Auburn also, like, what does LSU do well? Throw the ball. Auburn 38th in the nation, pass yards per game, 206 per game. But to your point, it doesn't even really matter for me. This is a rivalry game. These games are always bonkers. I still don't know how they covered against Mizzou. That was if you get a pick six, you're gonna cover. But man, that was brutal the way that went down. They should have lost that outright. But give me LSU, or sorry, give me Auburn all day. 11.5.
Too much. Too much.
That doesn't make sense.
These games are always insane.
They might be a live dog.
Yeah.
I just can't trust this LSU team.
And you're gonna have strip club Freeze getting that many points in a big game? Come on.
He also, they got it pretty well for the Georgia game. I mean, before the bye, they did. I mean, they more than covered against Georgia.
Auburn.
Yeah.
No, they're playing decent football. I think their confidence is high. I don't think they're going to be intimidated by LSU.
What's the vibe on Brian Kelly right now? I feel like I haven't heard a ton about him.
Oh, well, he pulled that out of his ass, so things cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, if he would have lost to Missouri,
his ass
he would have gotten a little.
Got some ice. on his ass.
Ready to eat his ass for lunch.
You throw a little ice on the ass first.
That was the same day as. Is this the lisp?
Yeah.
You got to put take your ass.
Do
on
I still
the
have a
rocks.
lisp? Just sipping that beautiful whiskey you guys gave me for Christmas.
He's gonna eat his ass for lunch.
Some iced ass.
But then he pulls out and it's just hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like we've had a couple be sent in over the last couple of days about dudes coming in holes. All right.
Hey, you guys got to give me a little time to plug the product.
I don't know why that one cracks me up.
Good.
Kramer, what are you doing? Are you also in Auburn?
100%. That was how I let it off. I didn't quite understand how you can lay the points with LSU in any circumstance. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Again, Colby kind of a little biased towards the afternoon slate here. Not much love for the morning.
Aim high.
Well, yeah, we'll have to review our process next week. Wyoming heads to Colorado Springs to take on Air Force. Air Force laying 10.5. They keep that nice program, Colby. The minus 395 on the money line. Wyoming plus 310. 42.5 is the total. In the book, it says take Wyoming when they're at home. Never take them on the road.
Yeah, they're even coming off an upset win. Again, Laramie is a tough place to play. We were all on Wyoming and the Cowboys money line. They got it done with the outright win. But on the other side, Air Force. Now, granted, Laramie is coming from elevation, so they don't quite get that elevation bump. But man, Air Force is just a really good team. They're coming off a bye. I guess the only thing I would be slightly worried about is maybe looking ahead to Navy. Probably not. But they put it on San Diego State. They won 49-10 at home. They beat Utah State by 18. They beat San Jose State by 25. This Air Force team has been a force to be reckoned with. I love Air Force here. They've been playing great.
Why did Josh say he's never betting Wyoming again? What happened?
Yeah, if you're not looking like at the sheet like Colby is, in the chat, Josh is saying he's never betting Wyoming again.
No,
I don't know
Is
why.
there a story?
Well, he probably lost.
Ex-girlfriend?
What do you mean? He
Yeah.
probably.
Wyoming won last.
Let me explain something to you. Josh is a high level DGen. This almost certainly is gambling related. I'd imagine.
Certainly.
It's probably not a iced ass situation. This could be a hot ass situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why we would take Wyoming this week. So I'll agree with Josh.
I'll tell you why.
Let's hear it.
Colby,
Because they've won 6 of 9 against Air Force. It's because Craig Bowl coached with and played for Tom Osborne at Nebraska, where they ran the option. And that is why Wyoming plus 10.5. And how about this? Air Force hasn't beaten a team with a winning record.
That's because they're playing those teams and they're beating the shit out of them.
They're playing this soft ass competition.
Have the winning record.
Wyoming's going to come in there and fuck them up.
They're coming off a bye.
Ride the money line.
This is a different. This isn't your grandma's Air
this
Force
line
team,
now. Wyoming's going to fuck them up. Let's go.
You're crazy. Kramer, what are you doing?
They've played 5 games at home this season. 1 game on the road.
Who?
Wyoming.
And who was it on the road against?
Texas.
With their backup quarterback, it was 10-10 in the fourth quarter.
Well, Texas was, they're Texas. This is different. Means more. Air Force, lay the points. Colby, twice you tried to convince me otherwise.
You're wrong, buddy.
Of bad situations. First Iowa, now Wyoming. You have a type. Iowa, Wyoming.
Some guys like blondes. Some guys like
god awful places that have
I like
football.
I like football. You guys like this bullshit out there, this cha nonsense. You know what I mean?
Hey, I love football, and I also love Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code SGPN. 100% deposit bonus up to $500. Act now. I asked him. I go, these guys are loving the 100% deposit bonus and some DGens. I saw Avetta in the chat. Shout out to her. There are some true lady DGens out there in the world. 100% deposit bonus up to $500. The guy goes, all right, I can do your guys a solid. I'll extend it. I go, for how long? He said, I don't know. So he kept it real vague. Hopefully that creates some urgency for you guys to get down in these pick'ems. We did one for our office happy hour we have every month. We were close to hitting what was it, like a 40-1, and so they have these.
If we didn't listen to all everyone else, we would have been perfect.
We would have been perfect. Colby, what do you like? I'll throw out one here for you.
I mean, the beauty, I will say, this isn't on the piece of paper, but I don't. And I maybe they all have, but I mean the volume of props for these college games. I would imagine Colby's getting rich.
Yes.
This is how Colby's
sounds like a rich man.
This is how Colby's moving into
Colby
his
Grayson. We talked about Grayson McCall earlier in the Tuesday night game, Coastal Carolina at App. What would you do with his passing yards? It's set at 267.5. You going higher or lower?
See what he's doing.
I'm going
right
under. Let's go under there.
He's putting you in that trap where most people are going to listen to this. It's already happened. Now they're gonna be like, Colby's a fucking idiot.
Big Bird doesn't fly high in cold weather, Sean.
All right, go lower. 267.5. Grayson McCall. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Have you fired up that parlay optimizer? I know I use that thing. It's great for doing research for parlays or any sort of NFL, NBA, MLB, soccer. They got historical data. They got you covered. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
I mean, this is really unrelated, but they back to Underdog. They also offer like Counter-Strike and all these weird esports.
We need to find some esports sharps out there.
I got esports gambling podcast is ready whenever we're ready.
Whenever we find the
we have it's ready. We're ready when we're ready. It's ready. USC heads to South Bend, Indiana, which as a kid who grew up a Notre Dame fan loosely because they were on TV every week. Very disappointing to go to South Bend, Indiana. Very, very.
What are you talking about? I had a blast at the linebacker in there.
It's different than what you expect. Don't watch Rudy and think
that's the only dome that's good. The Golden Dome.
The Golden Domers.
Yeah.
It looks like the whole place needs some renovations. I'll say that.
Ryan.
USC heads there.
How dare you?
It's
Wait, when did you go?
Pre-pandemic, maybe like 4 years ago. Like it wasn't that. Maybe 5 years ago.
It's right around maybe when they redid that shit. But anyway, yeah.
A little honestly, I would compare it to the time I was in Augusta, Georgia. The thing I wanted to see was surrounded by a big fucking fence. And I couldn't get close to it, and the surrounding area is shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a strip club.
Basically, same description. That's Notre Dame for you. That's South Bend, Indiana. No offense if you live there.
Any other great sports destinations you want to shit on, Ryan?
Yeah, I think the linebacker end's a fantastic
100%. This is not a great sports destination.
Oh
wow!
It's not.
So you said Rudy's dad.
Did you go to a football game?
No.
Oh,
I'm explaining the area.
You went there in June.
But I'll furthermore lean into it and say that I do not believe in 2023 South Bend, Indiana is not a sports destination.
Did you go to the stadium?
Yes.
Okay.
It's shit. It's shit.
I strongly disagree. Once again, proving that quasi football guy.
I've been to old cool.
I've
old
been
stadiums.
to the stadium too. That stadium's awesome.
I've been to cool old stadiums.
That is one of the best stadiums in America.
Stadiums, football
I
stadiums.
will argue this all fucking day. That is one of the best stadiums in America.
Are you also then like pro Wrigley Field just because it's old?
No, I do like Wrigley Field though.
Do you like any new stadiums?
Yes.
Okay.
Seahawks.
So, but your Notre Dame is a place because it's old. It's like Fenway, but it doesn't have the appeal of like it's built into a city. This is actually kind of interesting.
Oh, it's not built into a city, but I'm saying it's still an awesome stadium.
No, I disagree. Do you think the Rose Bowl is an awesome stadium?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to catch you in a little bit of a loop.
No, the fans suck. The stadium's awesome.
I don't think the Rose Bowl is a great stadium either.
Wow.
Jeez,
Ryan.
Do you think the Rose Bowl is like a top-notch stadium, Sean?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
No, it's a great play. I mean,
I don't know.
The Coliseum's a better place to watch football than the Rose Bowl.
Oh my gosh!
I would
stop it.
I would really disagree with that.
I would disagree with that.
Hard disagree because I watched Eagles Rams at the Coliseum and it's just not a good hang. Tailgate
neither
scene
one's good. The tailgate scene.
You guys, you don't know.
Dude,
you don't know a good
scene at the
stadium.
Rose
You don't know
Bowl's
good
fine.
stadiums.
I'm not going to say that.
No, but like going into the Rose Bowl when it's packed for the actual Rose Bowl was one of my favorite. Like
the
sports
Rose Bowl
experience.
is a top 20 stadium in America for football.
Someone clipped that.
Yes.
Someone clipped that.
Rose Bowl is cool.
The stadium. I'm not talking about the fan experience. The stadium, the way it's built, the way it's laid out, is a top 20 stadium.
Okay. Notre Dame's laying 2.5 in their very awesome stadium. -135 on the money line. USC +115. 60.5 is the total. Sam Hartman fraud. Notre Dame fraud. Were they looking ahead to this game?
Probably.
Did they over?
It's a back-to-back road spot, and they really fucked up by scheduling 8 games in a row like that.
Also, what is this? Notre Dame's fourth?
Well, they didn't expect Duke to be good.
Notre
It used to be a bye week.
Notre Dame's fourth game in a row against undefeated team. Is that accurate? I think that
sounds accurate.
I'll confirm that.
Sounds.
Are we going Dream Crusher angle with Notre Dame here? That their season's crushed. I want to take USC, but man, can you trust that USC defense? Like they were letting Arizona go up and down the field on them.
They don't play defense.
No, not at all. And if there ever was a Sam Hartman get right game, it might be at home. But where's Notre Dame's headspace?
So the dream was crushed after Louisville, not after Ohio State.
Yeah, because Ohio State, they played close.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
if you're going that angle, Yeah, maybe.
I want to take USC. The line is telling us to take USC, but I how can you take that defense on the road? Colby, what are you doing?
I'm on Notre Dame. I think the fact that they're calling for potential weather, and also I just think USC doesn't commit to the run enough. Notre Dame's got one of the best secondaries. That's how they limited Ohio State to like what was it? 17
That's a good point.
points.
Yeah, because if you look at USC or like what they did to slow down Ohio State's passing game, you're right.
Yeah.
If they can do that a little bit.
And Audric Estime is a
passing,
fucking beast at the running back spot for Notre Dame. He might run for 1,000 yards of this game.
Those passing games are slightly different level, though.
What do you mean?
I'm saying that Ohio State's passing game is on a different level than USC's right now.
USC is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you're saying they shut it down, but
I'm just saying like Ohio State's got the best receivers in America, right? They're number one. Washington would be number two. USC probably be number three. Now they don't have Caleb Williams, but they have they did a great job on their receivers. The Notre Dame secondary I think is really good. The defensive line needs to stop the run better, but I don't think USC commits to the run for me to really fear it too much. And then the other side of it is Notre Dame's offensive line, I think can really create something, even though they sucked against Louisville, which was shocking to me. I think Estime has a huge day, and I think Sam Hartman in his 75th year of college gets the dub.
So you think his dream wasn't crushed?
No, I think he's a fighter. You know what I mean?
They're going to need to score 40.
I'm with you. I'll go Notre Dame.
Can they score 40?
Yes, everyone can score 40 against USC.
Against USC, yeah.
Doesn't that happen? San Jose State scored what? 35 was it?
Yeah, I mean, Colorado put up 41. Arizona put up 41.
Yeah,
Arizona State put up 28.
All right, I think the tiebreaker too is that Utah on deck for USC. Yep. Not suggesting they're looking ahead.
Well, Caleb Williams is 0-2 against them.
But they're certainly thinking about it more than they should. So I'll also take Notre Dame. I'll leave the private school pussies for the Discord. Although this is similar to the LSU thing. I think some of these teams have shown that not only are they bad at defense, they're at a level of defense that probably 10 years ago there were no teams that were this bad at defense.
Part of the death of football.
I know, but it's like some of these defenses, like the goal is just to get the offense the ball back when the like scoring is in the range of outcomes that's acceptable.
Yeah,
Miami, well, tough. I did see. I heard. I forget where I read this, but it was Mario. Of course, the head coach of who we were making fun of earlier, Mario Cristobal, failed to kneel the ball, so people were calling him Mario kneel the ball instead of Cristobal.
Bit of a stretch, but I like it.
What do you mean? His name ends with ball. Kneel the ball.
But it's like didn't kneel the ball.
What do you mean?
Oh, so they're saying Mario, you need to kneel the ball.
Yeah, like Mario kneel the ball.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Also rhymes with his last name. Anyway, Miami heads to North Carolina.
Ball rhymes with ball. Story checks out.
Yeah, that's the basics to rapping. Sean, you should know that as a former rapper. Chapel Hill, North Carolina plays host, and it's a 3.5 point spread. Perhaps Miami was looking ahead to North Carolina a little bit. 3.5 point spread here. 150 on the money line for Miami, -180 for North Carolina. 56.5 is the total. This is a classic gambler's spot. If you know, it doesn't matter if you know ball. If you know gambling, you know the only way to play this is North Carolina. I don't talk to me about bounce back spot. Don't talk to me about Miami would be.
Team's got to be so.
Miami would be one
Cristobal.
of. Which, by the way, if Miami doesn't fuck that up, how many conferences have 4 undefeated teams? Only the ACC.
True, but they also play 8-game schedule, so they have played less conference games.
I'm not trying to have a debate. Yeah. I'm just pointing. It was shocking to me to hear that the ACC is one of the conferences.
But you see my point when like the other 9, they're playing each other.
No, I understand that. I'm more pointing out that the conference everyone thinks is the best, the SEC, is not on the list with the Big 12.
Pac-12 is the best conference.
Pac-12, ACC, and Big 10 are the only conferences with those undefeated teams. Sure, not trying to have a debate though, Colby, but I am trying to tell you that North Carolina is the only way you can play this. Because if you're a player, you're on social media, you're seeing the clips, you're reading the clips, you're hearing people talk about how your coach's a fucking moron, and you're probably smart enough to understand why he's a moron.
Even the dumbest football player knows they fucked up there.
I know football is all about like not looking in the rear view, moving forward, but North Carolina is also playing well. Like that's not the mindset you want to be in coming into a game against North Carolina, who, find me the advantage Miami has here in the game.
Defensive line against their offensive line.
There you go.
And that is why I'm taking the Miami Hurricanes plus the 3.5. We know this is a wine and cheese crowd. All right. This shit ain't going to be toxic. You come in there, you look, North Carolina might win, but you're getting 3.5. You're getting 3.5.
See, that's what they want you to do. I'm with Kramer. Give me UNC minus 3.5.
There's a mental aspect of
I mean,
football.
yeah, Josh has the over at youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast. The video
is hilarious
of one of the Miami players just saying, "What the fuck are we doing?" on the sideline.
He's a college kid. He has not even gotten his degree yet.
Yes.
And yet he
doesn't even have a Bachelor of Arts, and even he can see that this was a horrific time.
But I think Cristobal, I think he's a recruiter. The players like him. You know what I mean? That's his game. He doesn't know how in-game management. So he's like Mac Brown, right? He's like Mac Brown 20 years ago.
Does he have a sweet video of him dancing in the locker room too?
No, I just think they can cover it. I don't think North Carolina's that good. You look at that schedule.
F the U.
Show me like South Carolina's been ass this year. Pitt is ass. Syracuse is ass. They just disguised it up with playing Western Michigan and Colgate and stuff.
Colby, I got to be honest. You've been hot this year. You're hitting the skids on some of these. Some of these takes are pretty bad.
Give me the Hurricane plus 3.5. Let's go.
I thought I told you to stick to college. You haven't been sticking to college. UCLA heading to court. Oh, this is the game of the weekend.
UCLA
coming off a big
shout out to our boy Carson Steele though. 30 carries, 140 yards. Can't believe you guys talked me into doubting him last night.
Did Washington State win or did UCLA lose or did UCLA win?
Oh, UCLA won.
Yeah, UCLA even missed some field goals, man. I would say they won.
Yeah, it could have been bigger margin.
Cam Ward,
RIP Cam Ward Heisman.
It's too bad. But in this case, UCLA now off that nice win, they're heading to the sneaky road spot in the Pac-12. Corvallis, Oregon for Oregon State. The Beavs also chainsaw on the sideline, I believe, at all times. They love their lumber up there. Oregon State -4, -185 on the money line, +155 for UCLA. 53.5 is the total. I've been sitting next to Colby enough years to know that UCLA sucks against physical teams. Give me Oregon State.
I think UCLA's Chip Kelly's trying to make them physical like Utah and Oregon State. They're not there yet, but I do think they're moving in that direction. However, I mean,
this spread's not right.
UCLA's played very bad quarterback play until Cam Ward. Now they played great against Cam Ward, but guess what Wazoo does? They throw the ball 8 million times a game. Oregon State is balanced, right? And what's the weakness
of the rock?
Yeah, exactly. What's the weakness of Oregon State's defense? It's passing the ball.
Dude, this is a DJU moment game, I think.
Dante Moore's thrown 2 pick sixes in the past 2 road games.
He's young,
or 2 games, not 2 road games.
Well, this is also the toughest spot he's.
No, I like Dante Moore. He's gonna be fine, but it ain't gonna be this Saturday. All right, because UCLA is going to have to establish the run with Carson Lexington Steele.
And they're going to establish the run. Give me the Bruins.
Oregon State's run defense is too good. It's too good, man. That was the #1 defense in the Pac-12 a year ago.
It's a different UCLA.
Why is this any different than the road trip to Utah against the backup quarterback?
Elevation.
Oregon State's better than Utah.
No,
Utah's elevation. Oregon State doesn't.
You sure
Case
about
closed. I also think Utah's defense is better than Oregon State's.
No, they played this year.
Oh no, that's incorrect.
And last year, Oregon State had the #1 defense in the Pac-12.
Corvallis is actually at 235 feet above sea level.
I think UCLA gets this cover. They're going to be in this game. That win over Washington State got that team some confidence.
Tell the people this is just you being a homer because Carson Steele was on the show.
See, and I see the chat saying they kept Washington State in check, but Washington State's very predictable. They're passing every play. Oregon State is completely
Where was
balanced.
that game?
In the Rose Bowl.
Come on. If that was in Pullman, it's a different game.
212 is agreeing with me.
They lose in Pullman.
Yeah.
That same game played in Pullman.
But it's still, even with that though, like I think it's harder to beat a balanced team, and Oregon State's like the epitome of a balanced team.
It's not quite a night game because they're forcing an East Coast TV window on a West Coast team, but it will be lit. I mean,
and again,
this team brings a chainsaw to
and
games.
you're forgetting about the chip on the shoulder, pun intended.
Oh, wow, nice punch.
But you know, UCLA was the team to break up. UCLA and USC were the first ones to jump. See, they're coming to Corvallis for the final time. Get the fuck out of here.
And what did we learn from that Zoom meeting in of that town in Washington, the courthouse?
Oh.
We learned that not only did they break it all up, they're trying to take the money on their way out.
Yeah, this filthy whores.
Trying to take all the money.
Yeah.
So I'm with Colby, and they beat their fellow Pac-2.
Me and Bruin do
team.
212 stand together. UCLA, UCLA.
Have fun with that one.
Thank you.
We're live world.
I'm gonna
globally.
I'm gonna lock this up.
Sean's putting
Out
that
of
out
spite.
there. Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's okay because it's my lock too.
NC State heads to Duke. Oh, what do we got? Early basketball on the schedule here. 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Duke laying 3.5, and now it really feels like a basketball game. Duke minus 185 on the money line. NC State plus 155. 46.5 is the total. I think we should just stop picking NC State games.
That was one of my locks last week. It came. I had a sweat, but it came true.
I don't really need to be aware of what NC State's doing anymore. I'm just not interested. Anyway, you have a take on the game, I assume.
Well, Riley Leonard, their star quarterback, is out. They're undefeated in the ACC, by the way.
How can we not hammer Duke? This is a great spot. They're good at home. NC State, to your point, missing their quarterback.
No. Duke is missing their quarterback. Yeah.
What's his name?
Brandon Armstrong though is out. They're going with MJ Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's out because they elected to.
Yeah, he's out because of sucking. Yeah, I was gonna say, why is this? Oh, because Duke. You said Duke's quarterback's out as well. All right.
Following in the footsteps of Daniel Jones, he's injured.
He's opting out of football.
I'm with you though. Give me Duke because I think this line stinks too. If you knew Riley Leonard, who's like 90% of their offense, why
have
is
someone
this?
else?
No, but why is it 3.5?
I know, but what's the backup look like?
We haven't seen him really.
Do you think he's going to be able to run around like Riley Leonard?
I just think Mike Elko's a really good coach.
Yeah, but so you're obviously getting a bump because we don't know if you believe in the coach and we don't know much about the quarterback. There's no way people are giving him the respect he should.
Why is Duke laying 3.5?
Well, because maybe he's good. To me, he has to be a runner.
This line stinks.
Yeah,
I hate NC State. Give me Duke.
Yeah, I'm with you. Take Duke.
I've been wrong every time we picked an NC State.
Well, then pick NC State.
Give me Duke.
Oh no.
Let's go.
Ryan.
I can't bet on it. I realize that's why I don't want Colby to bring it up. I just can't bet on NC State. I find myself picking against them all the time.
Time for the lock, dog, and tease. Kramer, I'll see you.
You want me to go first? Happy to go first. Lock, Washington Huskies. Lock, Oregon State Beavers. Dog, Pittsburgh Panthers.
So you got Washington minus 2.5. You got what was your other one?
Oregon State -4.
Oregon State -4.
There's two hostile environments there.
Pitt on the money line.
Pitt on the money line.
That is a juicy 260. And what do you got for your tease?
Let's get crazy with our tease. Auburn up to 17.5. Wisconsin down to 4. App State on. Oh no. Get that out of there. Abort. What would Colby do here? Notre Dame plus 3.5.
Through 0.
Yep.
Beautiful tease.
Thank you.
Okay, for me, here's what I'm looking at. Give me Tennessee minus 3.5. Feels like a really good spot for them. Do I take Auburn for my money line dog? Let's go.
Dog. Did you just get fucked over by LSU?
Yeah. Chasing it.
Making your own bed.
Give me Auburn money line plus 330 as my dog for my other lock. I want to take Air Force, but Wyoming, slightly scared about that one. What else do we like here?
Colby's got
UNC
got in your head.
at home. Yeah, Colby may.
It's a tough tease week. Colby should really consider this one.
Do I like Pittsburgh enough to lock them up at home? Feels a little bonkers.
Narduzzi. I mean, you should just focus on a letdown spot.
What's the letdown spot?
I don't know, just a situational spot. That's your forte.
That is. It does feel like Louisville.
You are
themselves.
Irish.
Notre Dame. All right.
USC is going to lose a game.
Yeah. Notre Dame -2.5. Lock it up.
This is how college football
For
works.
my teas, UCLA +10.
Wow.
Pittsburgh +14.
Whoa.
And then last but not least, Oregon +8.5.
I am predicting Colby teases 2 games through 0.
Colby, what do you got? What's your lock?
Oregon State -4.
Let's go.
Dog. Wyoming +310.
Oh, that's a tough one, Colby.
Yeah. Sorry, you can't get them all.
What else you got?
We're gonna tease Wyoming up to 16.5. No way. I don't think Air Force is gonna be able to score on that defense. Then we're going to take App State money line.
Damn it! I almost put that in instead of Notre Dame.
And then let's go Pitt +14.
Wow, that was fairly responsible.
And the bonus lock is going to be.
Feel free to copy me twice if you want.
I mean, I could just play Wyoming again, but
come on, fade big game Knicks.
Let's go.
Big game, Bo.
Yeah, let's go Washington.
Yes.
-2.5. Let's go.
Oh,
Washington
this might be the first time in show history.
Let's go. Let's go.
Couple of sharps combining.
Well, I noticed that producer Josh also on Washington, and I noticed Sean, you didn't lock up UCLA like you were.
I said I might.
Yeah, you
said I might.
No intention to actually do it.
Ryan, I'm a content creator. Do we want to put out any sort of money line play? Auburn Pitt money line?
No, you guys made a little mistake here. We should be doing Wyoming and Auburn, but a couple cowards.
What do you mean we made a mistake?
You're wrong. You're flat out wrong.
No, Pittsburgh, Auburn, and UCLA.
I'm not letting your heart fuck up our parlay.
What are we gonna do?
Oh, Pitt and Auburn. Don't get cute.
No. I'm not on board.
No, whoa.
I'm not on board.
Wow.
Not on board. Get me off that airplane.
You know what you weren't on board with last week too? Wait, maybe you were. Oklahoma State on the money line. Oh,
yeah, it was.
All
right. So Sean and Ryan give out Pitt and Auburn money line. Colby likes Auburn and Wyoming.
No, Wyoming.
Okay.
And
say Stanford. I dare you.
Wyoming,
Houston.
And Houston.
Let's go. How's that for a Texas 2-step?
Yeah, it's a nice Texas 2-step. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, toss us a nice rating and review over on Apple Podcasts. Always hooking up those people with merch cards. Get in on the weekly Patreon pick'em. Last week gave out a DJ University prize back. Congrats to Jake, the winner there. And we got doubleheader tomorrow, bonus show. We're doing a bonus underdog draft on top of our Thursday night football props. Want to get in there, get the early access to Kramer's first touchdown and my first touchdown bets. Maybe we'll even sprinkle in some last touchdowns. Kramer hit that on the VSiN show. VSiN every 9 o'clock every Friday.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second money green. He's Ryan.
Last touchdown really is the future.
Kramer, let it ride.